American Petroleum Institute President and CEO Mike Sommers joins me now. Mike, I've been saying for some time that oil guys need money and security if they're going to go into Venezuela and revitalize the oil business. Are they going to get oil? Are they going to get security and money?
Stuart, there are really three big puzzle pieces here if American companies are going to go back in. Yes, it is investment, and I think the oil industry is interested in investing in Venezuela. But the two pieces here that are most important are security guarantees and policy. We know that it's very unsecure to drill in Venezuela right now, given the government that we have on the ground and guerrilla forces that are operating in the locations where the drilling would be most advantageous. But the third big puzzle piece is policy. We have to completely rewrite the hydrocarbon law in the country of Venezuela, and we need contract certainty if we're going to be operating in a very volatile region.
We just seized, that is, America just seized a fifth oil tanker. Now, that happened today. Is the oil from all these seized tankers, is that heading to Texas?
Well, we certainly don't know where it's heading now. We are working with the federal government. One of the advantages that our country has is the most complex refinery kit in the world. Our refineries on the Gulf Coast are actually tooled to refine the kind of oil that we find in Venezuela, this heavy oil that we find in Venezuela. We're currently getting it primarily from the country of Canada. But we used to get it from Venezuela 25 years ago, before American companies were kicked out of that country. So there is great interest, particularly from the refining community, to use Venezuelan oil again. But we need U.S. operators down there. We need security, and we need the rule of law to take place. And by the way, capitalism to flourish again in that country if we're going to be operating safely in Venezuela.
When the Venezuelan oil gets to Texas, that's an extra supply of crude down there. Is that going to help keep oil and gas and diesel prices down?
Well, absolutely. When you add more supply, prices are going to go down. We're in a very precarious place right now. We're already dealing with a glut of oil on the market in 2026, and that's reflected in the price. It has to make sense for producers at a price level to continue to produce, particularly in a place like Venezuela, where it's going to be very, very difficult to produce and very expensive.
Well, the president wants the price of oil to come down to $50 a barrel. Would American producers produce at $50 a barrel? It might not all make money.
Our producers are focused on, of course, producing in the United States. You think about where we were when America left Venezuela in 2007. We were only producing about 5 million barrels of oil every single day. Now that's 13 million barrels of oil every single day because we left Venezuela. In many reasons, the reasons that we left Venezuela because it became uninvestable. We need to get to a place where it is investable again. That requires policy changes, that requires security guarantees for American oil and gas. We've moved on from Venezuela, but that doesn't mean that we aren't interested in producing again if the situation is good on the ground.
Mike Sommers, thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate it, sir. Thanks again.
Great to be with you, Stuart.